Good evening, and welcome to another episode of Que-stead-Que. What you gonna do? I don't know, but something's gonna grow. Well, hello everyone, and welcome to an episode of Que-stead-Que. I know that I am late tonight, but it has been quite a busy day today. And once I got home, I was out pretty much all day. I left out at about 12:30. I didn't get home until almost 4. And then after that, I started cooking, and I'm just now settling down from that. So I said, let me come on, because I had said I would do an episode on today. Well, I have a few things to cover, and I'm going to try not to keep this long. Look at me. You see, now that I'm filming on the iPad, I want to look at the phone every time it clicks and makes a noise. But I have good news, you guys. But before we get started with that, it's a few things I want to cover, and then I'm going to get into the title of this video. First of all, Crops and Robert. He called me on yesterday. In fact, we talk back and forth all the time. I just hadn't mentioned him in a while. And so he was trying to learn how to edit too, because he decided to change the format of his channel. He doesn't want his channel to focus on just gardening. And he has said that from the beginning. He wanted it to focus on adventures, because Robert, he has a motorcycle. He's in a motorcycle club. He loves to fish. He has a boat. He has an RV. He travels all the time in his RV. In fact, he just got back from Louisiana, and he takes video footage whenever he's doing whatever he does. And so he changed the format of his channel. He did upload 5 videos on yesterday, and he changed the name of his channel, and I forgot the name that he changed it to. But if you had subscribed to him, which I believe that most of you did, then that new video would have come up. I haven't watched the videos yet, so Robert, if you see this video, don't shoot me. I'm getting around to it, okay? But I did see where he uploaded 5 videos on yesterday, and he's pretty much catching up. And he has a lot of content coming up. But anyway, we were talking about the editing, and he was learning. So he uploaded Clipchamp, and he said that it came to him easily through that. And he said that if I had trouble, that he would come over here and teach me, hands-on how to do it. So I told him, good, thank you, because I'll probably need your help. But Que-stead-Que gets the cheat, and that's what I'm getting into next. But anyway, if you haven't checked out Crops and Robert channel, just go to, I think he's just Robert Knight. I think that's the name he goes by now, Robert Knight. So you can pull up that name, and his videos should come up. I will post a link. I'm going to go to his channel and then get the link, and then I'll post that. But give me a while to do that. Give me a minute. Okay, let me tell y'all the good news. Y'all know that I bought the iPad last Wednesday, right? And as a club member, I didn't mention this last week, but as a club member, if you buy an item and it goes on sale within the first 60 days of the purchase, all you have to do is bring your receipt in, and then they look up the sale in the computer, pull up the model number, make sure it's the exact same item that you purchased. And if it is, then you get the price match. Well, on yesterday, and I almost didn't look at the text. I'm always almost missing something, but for some reason, it's God, y'all. I'm telling you, it's God, because usually I do not look at the text that I get from Best Buy, because they send so many per day. Every time I look around, every hour on the hour, from opening to closing, they're sending some sort of text. So I don't usually read them. I just delete them and go on about my business. And since I bought the iPad, I knew there was nothing else that I wanted to get from Best Buy. So basically, I've been deleting the texts. Well, one came yesterday, and for some reason, it seemed to ding funny, but it made me pay attention, and I saw the word Apple event. So let me pull this up. What they mean by Apple event? I pulled it up. So the first thing that came up were MacBooks and different Apple items, Apple Watches and everything. So I was like, let me click on iPad and see if anything's going on with that. Clicked on iPad, and it turns out that the iPad that I bought, well, all the iPads As a matter of fact, all the iPad Pros, I'm sorry, regular iPads, they were on sale, but not by as much as the iPad Pros were, because they have 11-inch, 10-inch. I've got the 13-inch, and I think it goes up to 15 inches. Anyway, then you have Air, M4, which is what I have, the M4, and, so on and so forth. So there's like 3 or 4 different varieties of iPads that you can get. Then you have your gigabytes, your gigabytes, and all that stuff. Anyway, my particular iPad went on sale, $200 off. So I called. I was like, let me call first. I'm not, running up there. And this was yesterday, but I didn't go until today at 12. I was like, let me call first and see and make sure. So the guy I talked to on the phone, he said, yes. He said, if you have the M4 13-inch iPad, it is on sale, $200 less than what it was last week. And so I said, well, check to see if I qualify for the $200 thing. He said, are you a Plus member? I said, yes, I am. And he was like, you should qualify. He said, just bring in your receipt. He said, we'll run it in the computer. And if you're eligible, then we will refund the $200. I was like, okay, thank you. So I went in, took my receipt, explained the deal. And as it turned out, I was eligible and I was refunded $212. That's what came off the card. So I was like, okay, I can splurge now, because I wanted a longer cord, which I did get. Hold on, where is it? Oh, right here. The cord that comes with the iPad, y'all know they're short if you've ever had an iPad. Well, I wanted the 10-foot, so I got a 10-foot cord. It was only $10, so that came out of the $200. And then my sister wanted a 10-foot, because I called her while I was there, and I was like, listen, I'm getting a 10-foot cord. I was like, if you want one, you better speak now. And so she was like, yes, please. So I got her one too. Then I said, okay, since I got the $200 back, I said, now I can get an Apple Pencil, because I really wanted one, but last week they were $129, and I had a budget that I did not want to surpass on my credit card, so I forgo the Apple Pencil. I was like, I can just get a stylus, which I did. Remember, I went to Target and got my favorite Heyday stylus, and I'll still use it. It's here. But the pencils went on sale, and so I was able to get a pencil out of the $200 that was left. And so here is the pencil, and I love it. And so the Pro, I had to get the Pencil Pro. And then my niece, she called me last night. Sherry's daughter called me, and she was like, guess what? I got an iPad. I'm like, I thought you already had an iPad. Remember I told y'all last week, she just bought an iPad because I would have given her my old one. And she was like, no, I didn't have one. She was like, I was using mommy's. I'm like, okay. And see, Sherry just bought an iPad, which I did not know. Sherry had left her iPad on the plane when they went to my uncle's. My uncle had his 90th birthday party exactly 30 days before he passed away suddenly. So when she went to the birthday party, she accidentally left the iPad on the plane. So somebody got them an iPad, okay? So she needed to replace it. And when they went on sale at the Apple store or wherever she got it, she bought a new iPad. And I didn't know this until after I bought mine. Because when I told her I bought a new iPad, she was like, oh, I just bought one. And so they like the smaller iPads. So then Chantel bought hers yesterday, as a matter of fact. So I was like, okay. So then she was telling me she got the Apple Pencil to go with it. And so she has the regular pencil because she just bought the regular iPad. But because I bought the iPad Pro, I bought the Pencil Pro. And the Pencil Pro costs more. It's about, I would say, $20 or $25 more than the regular pencil. But I love this because the pencil is just the pencil. And I actually have an iPad pencil, but it's not compatible with this iPad. Anyway, you squeeze it to turn it on. And you can feel it when you do the squeeze. And then all the things come up on the screen. And then you can do whatever. So I like it because it works good I tried it on my Mahjong games. I ended up uploading all these. It was it's a up I'm sorry, there's an app called Vita for seniors. So it's a whole bunch of it's a whole bunch of activities that are geared towards seniors, senior citizens, and people 50 and over. We'll just put it that way. But that's senior too. 55, you're a senior. So I'm a senior. So I love it because a lot of them are brain games. They have the adult coloring, and it's not the kind that you tap on and the color comes up. It's the kind where you can actually color. Uh, they had the Sudoku, the Mahjong, the fill-ins, the crossword puzzles, word searches. I mean, everything. And so I uploaded every one of those games, and I just love them. I was up half the night last night, messing up my little sleep thing, playing those darn games. And so with the Apple Pencil, I decided to try the games with the Apple Pencil, and it was even better. I got the adult, in the senior games, the jigsaw puzzle. So it slides the little puzzle pieces in really good. I can do the drawing, all kinds of stuff. It's a lot of creative things too. So I'm going to really enjoy this iPad over the winter. So anyway, I got the pencil, and then I ended up, y'all, and I'm trying to keep up with the time because we're in 11 minutes and I still got to get to the subject of the video. Okay, so then I went and they had something else on sale, and I went on and splurged $30 more. Y'all, look what I found, because it was on sale for $30. It was regularly $69. And it's called the self-storing vlogging kit. This is how I can surpass and sidestep editing. And let me tell you what it does. First of all, it came with, you see the long tripod? So you can use it as a short tripod. Let's see if, it's demonstrated right there. Or you can use it as long. It goes up to 5'4". It came with the light mirror, or the lighting, this thing right here, the light ring. So, and then you put your phone right in the center. Okay. And it also came with this. Okay, first of all, you can only use this tripod. It runs by USB, so it has to be plugged in. But that's no problem with me, because if I'm filming indoors, I'll just plug it in. And if I'm outside, in the greenhouse, I have electricity. I have an outlet outside. And I have that extension cord that runs to the greenhouse when I run the fan and stuff. So I can still film. I'll just carry this out there. But see this right here? It says camera. It's a Bluetooth, okay? And it already has its own battery in it. And so, and I already checked it. The Bluetooth connects to the phone. So while I'm filming, my phone can be sitting anywhere, because I'm filming. Well, my phone's going to be on the ring, but I can be anywhere. And when I click that, I can pause. And remember, I was saying, see, I couldn't do that on the phone. Remember when I was saying, if I could just pause, that would cut my videos a great deal, because I would like to be able to leave, finish a scene and say, I'll return after whatever. This allows me to do it. And I tried it out. I hit pause. And then when I hit pause again, it resumed the video. So if I'm doing a cooking video or any type of video where I need to stop, so instead of all these part 1 and part 2 videos, I can stop. And if the phone rings, I can hit the pause button, take my phone call. See, because remember, the phone calls always knocked me off. Now I can take the phone call after I hit pause, and then hit the pause and resume after the phone call. So I don't see no reason why I should have to edit. The only reason I would need to edit is if I'm trying to cut something out, or if like if the video's too long or something like that, I can cut, splice it out. And I think I can do that. Because remember, I spliced out that picture that one time that I needed to splice out. And I just did that on the phone after, through YouTube. And the other reason I would need to edit is if I want to put my name, on the video or something. I'm not trying to be fancy like that. A lot of people do that, with their thumbnails and whatnot, and that's beautiful. But I'm not looking to do all that. This is going to be just fine for me, and you all will see an improvement simply because I can pause and go to the next scene without, being too, either I have to keep the camera on or I would need to, do a part 2. So now that is done. So here it is, and we're at 15 minutes, so get ready, y'all. We're going to be on here another 15 or less. Okay, so here it is. And I like how it's packed up. Dang, it's tight. I like how they packed it up. It comes with its own bag, so if I take it outside or if I take it anywhere with me, it's in this nice bag. And I think I'm going to make a bag for it because, this is going to wear out eventually. So I'm going to take one of my Que-stead-Que bags and make it to this size and use that. And I'll keep using this until it finally wears out. But here's the whole setup, you guys. And I'm going to demonstrate real quick. Okay, this is the mic. I mean, not the microphone. And that's another thing. I was looking at microphones because I said I may as well splurge on one of those. Huh, not there. The Best Buy microphone started at $150. I was like, oh no, I can go to Amazon or eBay or whatever and get me a microphone real cheap. I don't need nothing fancy like what they had. I mean, they were nice, but no, I'm not spending that much. So I still, out of that $200 that I got back, I still ended up saving a lot of money. A lot was taken off that credit card as a result of me. Hold on, let me make sure this is on Bluetooth because I want to demonstrate it real quick. Bluetooth. Sun Pack. Okay, I'm connecting now. You can see where I'm connecting. Let's see if it connected. Nope, it's still connecting. Come on. Okay, oops. Connecting unsuccessful. Why is that? I'm right here. Hold on. Oh, I didn't turn it on. Oops. I forgot to cut it on. Okay, now. Wait, let me make sure it's on. Yep, it's on. I hope it's not telling me. Oh, it's connected. Duh. It's connected. Okay, so now let's go to, we're at video. Hold on, okay, we're at video, and excuse the dirt on my phone. Okay, now I'm going to hit camera and it's going to start recording. Let me see if it's recording. Oops. I'm on photo. Hold on. Let me get the video. Okay. We're at video. Que-stead-Que, what you gonna do? I don't know, but something's gonna grow. And you see that it's recording. Now, see that the pause button? It's to my right, so it's to your left. See this? I just paused it. Oh no, I just cut it off. Oops. Hold on. Okay. So I'm starting over. Okay, so now it's recording again. I can take my finger and pause it. So I would have to go up to the phone on the tripod and hit pause. I just paused it. And to resume it, I just hit the button and it starts back up. Yep, it started back up. So, wonderful. Now let's stop it. Okay, so I just wanted to demonstrate that. So yes, yes, yes. And having that ring light will give me better lighting too. And eventually I will, now what did I do with the, shoot, now I done lost the doggone thing. Okay, we'll find it. Let me just set it here, as long as I didn't lose the mic. But I lost the case to it just that quick. It'll come up. It probably fell on the floor somewhere. Okay, so let me set that to the side. Now, the other thing is, you know what, y'all? Yesterday, things got wild. I done had 1,000,001 fungus gnats to hatch. Fungus gnats were everywhere yesterday. It's like every room I walked in, I was running into fungus gnats. I was like, oh no, I'm infested now. So I went to Myers on today and I bought this. Because I was going to go to Home Depot and it's the stuff, I forgot the name of it, but it's designed for killing mosquitoes and fungus gnats. But I sat here, all the small print you see on here, I sat there and read to see what it kills. And one of the things on there, it had aphids. It's for the garden. It's called House and Garden. And this bottle costs almost $7, but it was well worth it. And I bought it because it says that it will not harm plants. And it's for the garden. You can use it indoor or outdoor. Okay. So anyway, since it doesn't harm plants, I knew I could spray it around the plants. And it's also pet safe for those of you who may have pets, if you decide to buy this. So anyway, when I got home, I sprayed the dirt, the soil, I sprayed the leaves and everything on my plant in the back room, because the peppers, I sprayed the peppers, I sprayed everything, all the soil, and I haven't seen a fungus. I saw one fungus gnat after that, and when I saw him, I sprayed this right on him, and he died on contact, y'all. That thing gave up the ghost, okay? So anyway, this stuff works, and it has a decent smell, although I'm not trying to hoof it or anything, but at least it doesn't smell bug spray-y, but it has like a floral type scent, so it's pleasant to the nose if you've got to smell it. And the smell dissipates really quick, like within a minute. You don't even smell it anymore. And it also leaves, the film. Because I even sprayed the tables. It'll leave a film there, and if a bug or fungus gnat comes in contact with it, even if it's dried, it will die. So I'm happy for this. The other thing is at Myers, they got in another shipment of persimmons, and you know I bought some because I ate that second one 2 nights ago, and I still have 2 more. They're finally ripe, but here we go. So these are going to take, it's going to take at least a month for these to ripen. And these are the same variety, Fuyu or Fuyu persimmons, 5 in a thing. And so I bought these, and they had a lot of them. So I said, if they still have them next month, I'm going to buy another one, and that'll get me through February. And that means I get to taste summer all winter long. I'm very happy about this, to have a different fruit other than grapes for the winter. Then they even had these persimmons that they didn't have the last time. These are the honey variety. I've never had these. This one is ripe, so I can eat this one right away. This one is not ripe yet. So somebody, whoever knows about the honey variety of persimmons, let me know. Because although I'm going to be tasting it tomorrow, I'm not going to eat it today. But although I'm going to be tasting it tomorrow, tell me what you know about this variety. Because I pulled it up on YouTube University. And I saw a video of an Asian lady talking about the honey persimmon that she was growing in her yard. But she was speaking in Chinese. And there was no translating option there for me to get a translation of what she was saying. But anyway, so somebody, if you know about these, I don't know if it's what y'all say, astringent versus non-astringent or something like that. So here they are. So I only bought 2. They were $1 a piece. So I said, I'll spend $2 just to taste them and see if I like these just as well as the other variety or better. Who knows? Because if I like those, I'll go back and get some more. But they seem to be, they're already ripe. That one is already ripe and the other one is close to it. So I think I could probably eat those right away. I know I'm going to eat that one tomorrow. Okay, I'm at 24 minutes. Okay, so now let me get into the topic. Okay, in the title, I think I named this my superpower. And I tagged you, Crooked Peach. We haven't talked in a while. I've been watching your videos, but I just hadn't responded because I'm always responding and stuff. And then we're on at different times because you come on early in the morning. But I did tag you in this video because we discussed this before. And you all might have read it back during the early days. it was probably earlier last spring. We were talking about our superpowers because we are both, and I hope you don't mind me saying, because you mentioned it, quite a bit on your channel, and that's what made me say, okay, I'll mention it on mine too. We are both on the spectrum. I don't talk about it much. It's it is what it is, and it's nothing that was diagnosed when I was a child. Actually, I was in my 40s. I did the DVSM testing because I knew I had a lot of sensitivities and things like that, and so I tested to be on the spectrum, high functioning, thank God. But anyway, anybody who's on the spectrum usually has what we call a superpower. It's always something that we're very, 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 very good at or whatever. And so we were discussing it. Crooked Peach and I were talking about it one day, and she told me what her superpower was. And then I told her what mine is. And mine is earthquake prediction. For the past, I would say 15 years, I realized I would either have a dream of an earthquake or I would feel it in my body. I would feel rocking and reeling, and I'd be like, Mom, an earthquake just hit. No, it didn't. Stuff like that. And then maybe an hour or two later, the announcement would come on that an earthquake has hit somewhere, whether big or small. And so my mother was like, that's weird. She caught on to it, and I was like, Mom, that's weird. And so finally, she told me, whenever you have that feeling or you have a dream, tell me about it, because she said, I think you have a gift. And so anyway, I would do it. And from then on, every time I sound the alarm that an earthquake is about to hit, one hits. And so I've been doing it on Facebook for the past, I would say, at least 12 years. So everybody knows. In fact, my name on Facebook is Que-stead-Que, and then my last name. I have Quake, as the middle part because of the earthquake thing. So everybody knows that I am accurate with it. And it took a while for them to believe me. But my mother used to tell me, just sound off. She was like, I don't care how crazy it sounds. She was like, if you feel something, and it's not just earthquake, it's other things too, where I get premonitions. But the earthquakes seem to be very, very, very prevalent. In fact, when they had that Alaska earthquake back in 2000, and it was either 18 or 19, an hour before it hit, I put on Facebook, my alarm is going off, an earthquake is about to hit. And I said, I believe it's going to be in Alaska. I'll keep picking up on Alaska because whenever I get the feeling, let me describe it. If I get the feeling that an earthquake is going to hit, that not the dream, but just the feeling or the premonition, I say my soul stirs. I start feeling funny and tingly in my body, and I have to just sit still, and I know that's what it is. That means an earthquake is about to hit. Sometimes I can actually feel the earthquake. I can feel rumbling beneath my feet. I've actually almost fallen over when that feeling hits. I'd be like, and then there's been times where I've called people and said, an earthquake just hit. We just got an earthquake, and they were like, I didn't feel anything. And then, maybe a day or two later, one would hit. And so, anyway, someone suggested about 5 years ago, they said, you need to call the National, what's it called? The people who do the earthquake, research and stuff. They were like, you need to call them and let them know about this, and so I did it. And so the lady said that the United States used to have a fund. She said there are many people like me. She said that they actually had funding, and then in the Bush era, they eliminated the funding where people who had the same gift as me that could predict earthquakes, or she said that they used them for research. They said they also use animals. She said they also used animals. They still use animals, but they stopped using humans because they were paid to fly the person out, put them in hotels, and she said they would take humans, the people, to various fault lines and stuff, and they could get close to that fault line, and they could actually feel the force of those tectonic plates and determine, okay, an earthquake is going to strike in this zone soon, or I don't feel anything, so I think everything is calm. And she said it really helped because it helped with them setting up warning systems and different things like that. She said it was a lot that they were able to do as a result of the people with that gift. And so they actually did some studies on the people and the animals. They did, the people volunteered for like MRIs and different, things. And they found out that there was an area in their brain that was more sensitive and heightened. And it was like in the central nervous system. So I'm thinking perhaps me in the MS, because I've been diagnosed for 20 years. And I know I told y'all about the time I lost the sight in one eye with optic neuritis, and I lost the hearing in my left ear. Well, it was a plaque, and the doctor said it was on the 8th pons of something, and it affected the hearing in this ear. It was a plaque there, and it affected the hearing and what he called the olfactory senses. OL and factory. And I was like, wow. So I'm real sensitive to smells. I'm real sensitive, but see, I was always real sensitive to stuff anyway, being on the spectrum. But I'm even more sensitive now. Y'all know I got this big TV in here, but I have to keep the volume on 1 because loud noises just drive me nuts. I have to wear earplugs. I cannot stand a lot of loud noises. And I swore, my sister and late brother, they had those big screen TVs, and I could not even go to their home on the holidays. I could only stay for so long because they'd have the game up real, real loud, and that thunder noise just drove me nuts. And then here I am. I said I would never get a big screen TV. I was like, no way, no way, no way. I got the whole system. But when I got that, it was so doggone cheap because I got it on clearance. And then the guy said, just turn it down real low. So that's what I do. So I'm able to run it and it doesn't bother me. And then when I have company, I have the TV off because if someone's here, they're going to want to naturally turn that TV up, and I cannot stand that loud noise. And then, my music is okay. I like it to thump and bump and whatnot. But I'm at a distance from it, so it doesn't bother me as if, I'm real close to it. In fact, my speaker is clear across the living room right now, and it's turned down low. Okay, so anyway, so she was telling me about that, and she said the test revealed so. And then my MRIs are so scattered to begin with because of the MS. But I truly believe, because all this didn't start happening until after I had lost the hearing in that ear. And so after that, that's what's happened. And so I think that scarring or whatever did that. So now it's like anytime an earthquake hits. So that leads up to the story that I'm about to tell. Y'all know that California had the 7.0. What day was that? It was last Thursday or Friday. 2 days before it hit. No, on the 29th of November, I posted on my page, beep, 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 the radar is going off. An earthquake is about to hit. And I said, I think it's going to be in California. My cousin called me on last Friday, and she said, Q, she said, what you doing? I was like, nothing. I just got home, blah, 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 blah. She said, cut on the news. I was like, for what? She was like, an earthquake, a 7.0 just hit California today. I was like, you got to be kidding. And you know what? Although I have the gift and everything, it still stuns me every time. It scares me. And then bigger ones that have hit where lives have been lost, it really bothers me because I feel, and the geology lady, I told her, I was like, so what can I do if, I'm predicting it? I was like, since you all don't have funding, I was like, it's nothing I would charge to do. I said, can I call y'all and tell y'all? She was like, you can do that. But she was like, but because there's no funding or whatever, we're not even doing that program anymore. So no one may not take you serious or whatever. So I just post it whenever it's going to happen, or I'll warn people if I know, and usually the area. Well, y'all, I'm on a roll. I have hit a new level. The California earthquake hit, right? Because I'm trying to keep this at least under an hour because we're at 34 minutes. Okay, so the California earthquake hit. That's why y'all haven't seen me that much, because when it hit, I posted, I was like, y'all, this isn't over. I was like, my soul is really stirring. It was like after that thing hit, usually once an earthquake hits after I predict it, everything calms down, I'm fine, and all is well. But this time, it got worse. So that feeling that I usually get, it got worse. And I was like, it's not over, y'all. It's about to be a domino effect. It's going to be wild. I was like, hold on to your hats. I posted all this. In fact, I wish y'all would find me on Facebook. Because, and if you do, let me know and I'll put my tag there. And you will see all these posts I have that you can scroll down pages and pages where I'm predicting all these earthquakes and telling them where they're going to hit. So now everybody's quiet. I done scared them. But anyway, I said, keep an eye on Hawaii and Alaska. I said, because we're getting ready to find out why they're the last two states to enter the Union. I said, I'm feeling that one's going to hit Alaska. I said, but I also have Hawaii on the radar. I said, because Hawaii have the volcanoes. And another thing too, the little gift gives me the knowledge of the earthquakes and the Pacific Ring of Fire. I mean, all this stuff about what the geologist talks about, I just automatically know. So I said, this new level I'm on, I was like, I'm one step from being a savant. And you know, I looked that up too. They said savants, you have autistic savants who are born as autistic savants. Nope, I wasn't. I'm on the spectrum, but I was not born a savant or anything near it. But there is a syndrome called Sutton Savant Syndrome. That can happen with people who have had a brain injury. It can happen with people who may have bumped their head. Some people have had other neurological things like me and the MS, and it can cause you to have a Sutton Savant Syndrome. And what savantism is, or savant syndrome, usually a person is born autistic where they can't function. They can't tie the Rain Man, okay? Y'all have heard of the Rain Man. Rest his soul. And I know a savant. He's at the college that I attended. He's a musical savant. He can talk and all that, but he's not that intellectual or anything. But he can play any instrument you put in front of him, and he wasn't taught. Okay, so you have savants who can, they're artistic. You have a lot who are musical. A lot are mathematical. A lot are prevalent in science. I would guess earthquake is in science or whatever. But there's also a category called Sutton Savant Syndrome, where you can suddenly become savant in one area, and you don't have to have been born with autism or on the spectrum or anything. It just happens. It just happens. So I'm starting to really believe that might have happened, with me and the MS and stuff. I don't know yet, but I know that this is here and it's true and it's there, and I just embrace it. It scares me sometimes, but I embrace it. In fact, sometimes I have fun with it. And so everybody always tell me, give me a lottery number. Everybody. It doesn't work that way. My gift is my gift. The earthquake. And so lottery, if that was the case, believe me, I'd be the first one rich, okay? And then I feel that I use the gift for the glory of God. And I feel that I cannot use anything for the glory of God and then, use it for a benefit of a number or a lottery number or anything. I try not to mix the two because the gift can leave just as quickly as it came. So therefore, I try not to do that. But people always give me the lotto numbers, give me the Mega Millions, that type of thing. But then they're not taking my earthquake gifts. Well, yeah, they take it seriously because they know. But anyway, so back to the story, and then I'm going to get off of here because we're at 40 minutes. I promise. 2 more minutes and I'm done. Okay, so I mentioned Alaska and Hawaii. Next day, boom, one hits Alaska. Then I thought that the volcano might, because volcanoes and earthquakes are both on the Pacific Ring of Fire, and they're like cousins to each other. Usually, you can have an eruption from the Ring of Fire, or you can have an earthquake. And then you have your landslides, and there's other natural disasters that are directly connected to the Pacific Ring of Fire. So you can pull that up on YouTube and read about it, and you'll know what I'm talking about. Anyway, I figured that my post was, I said either an earthquake is going to hit Alaska and trigger the volcano in Hawaii, or the volcano may erupt in Hawaii and trigger an earthquake in Alaska. I said, and keep Oregon on your radar, I said, because I feel that something's going to hit there. Earthquake hit in Alaska. Then the volcano didn't erupt in Hawaii, but an earthquake hit Hawaii a few hours later. So then they just kept hitting. In fact, they're still hitting. Every single day they've been hitting. And so then California were getting the jolts. So I told them, watch out for Oregon. I said Washington State and Nevada. One hit Nevada on yesterday. One hit Oregon on yesterday. No, on Sunday. Washington State, one hasn't hit yet. So I'm letting y'all know it hasn't hit yet, but Washington State will probably be getting an earthquake real soon. Then I said one's going to hit in another region, because when that Pacific Ring of Fire gets disturbed like that, you can get that domino effect. And so I said the eclipse is what has caused all this. That's what I feel. When you have a celestial event that powerful, it knocks everything, wonky. And now we're paying the price for the eclipse. Anyway, I'll be darned. They didn't evacuate in this one town in the Philippines because guess what? The volcano started spewing ash, and they said it's going to erupt any day. And I did put a volcano can erupt in any region. So then I said Jamaica might mess around and get an earthquake, although it hasn't happened yet, but keep an eye on Jamaica. And then the other thing, I said Philippines, because of that volcano, they'll probably get an earthquake. Boom, they got an earthquake. Then an earthquake, I said Japan may get an earthquake. I said, and I'm also feeling Texas and I'm feeling Oklahoma. Boom, earthquake hitting Texas. Next, it hit in Oklahoma, and then one hit Missouri. I didn't list Missouri, but because those states run together, you got Texas, Oklahoma, then Missouri after that. So it made sense. But I didn't call Missouri. I called Oklahoma and I called Texas. Okay, so those earthquakes hit. And I called Japan. I was like, you got your regions going from that Pacific Ocean, abroad. So I said, you're looking at Jamaica, Philippines, and all that. Oh, and I did call Philippines for an earthquake. I didn't call them for the volcano. But when I saw about the volcano, I said, earthquake will certainly hit. And it did. Okay, then I called Japan. I was like, you're looking at Japan, China, you got Russia. All these places are within that Pacific Ring of Fire and the Pacific Ocean. So then the earthquake hit Japan the other day. Then one hit Indonesia, and I never even thought about that. And a small one hit Mexico. I didn't think about that either. But out of all the places that I named, and it was quite a few of them, so far, 8 has hit in the regions that I called just since Saturday. So everybody's quiet now. I was like, told y'all. I was like, and we may get one. I was like, now the only ones who haven't been affected thus far are we on the East Coast. There's a fault line in Ohio. We get quakes every now and then, not too often, but we do get them. And usually ours only go up to like a 2 or 3, but we feel them. And we've also felt quakes that have hit, like bigger quakes that have hit within the United States. Sometimes we can feel it, So anyway, I expect one to hit in our region as well. I don't know when, but it will, because we're doing this domino effect right now. And I told them I haven't started stirring yet, but boy, Saturday, it was so intense that I just posted, y'all pray, because this isn't over. It's getting ready to get crazy. And that it did. And so I was like, wow, when those things started hitting, I was like, well, okay. So anyway, that's it for this story. Okay, so we're at 45 minutes. I'm sorry it took so long, but I just wanted to tell y'all about what I call my superpower or gift. And know that it is true, and I hope y'all believe me, because it takes a while to convince. It took a while to convince everyone. The only one who believed me right off the top was my mother, because she had gifts, of prophecy and things like that when she was alive. So she believed me, when I told her about it. And she told me, just start telling me every time. And when I would tell her stuff and tell her about dreams I had and different things, and they would come true, she was like, you got the gift. You got it, And she said her mother had it too. So I'm the one. I say I'm the chosen one or whatever. So I'm thankful for it, but it's scary all the same. But anyway, I'm going to get off of here, and I'm glad that you all listened to me. So feel free to ask any questions about the quakes. And if you want to look me up on Facebook, in fact, I was telling my Facebook buddies, I was like, I need to start a YouTube channel about the earthquakes and stuff. But, I might end up getting some weirdos or whatever. I don't know. I don't think I will. Not at this time, unless something big happens or whatever to where it can't be ignored. But anyway, I'm going to get off of here, you guys, and I will talk to you later. Thank you for listening to me, because I did need to get that off my chest. But I hope it made sense to you. But find me on Facebook, and you can see all the posts that I've made about the earthquakes and stuff. So if you need my Facebook handle or whatever, just either shoot me an email, or I can post it in the link. If you like to see it, you can just come and check. You can spy on my page. You don't have to request me, but you'll see all the information. You can scroll back for the past 13 years that I've been on Facebook and see where I have called earthquakes, and I haven't missed a one. I have yet to miss one. Now, I've had some that I didn't call. I just didn't get a radar on it. But every one that I put a radar on, I have called the location and I have called the quake. Now, sometimes it has taken months. The last one that Idaho had, I've called that one. Okay. Sometimes it takes months. I've been calling California for about the past year. And so when this one hit, that was, so sometimes it takes a while. The closest one I ever called was that one in Alaska. Within an hour of it hitting, I posted and I said an earthquake is going to hit Alaska, and within an hour, kaboom, they got that big giant 7 point whatever it was, and people lost their lives and stuff, and that was one I actually felt. And so I said, obviously I felt that earthquake before the people did, or before it actually hit. I probably felt the movement of the earth underneath, obviously, because I knew that it was going to hit, and it did. And I knew the location, and here I am way in Michigan. So there you have it. All right, so I'm off of here, you guys. I will talk to you later. I probably won't be on tomorrow. I'll probably wait until the weekend. My CPAP stuff is finally arriving tomorrow. I looked on the tracking, and it did arrive in my city. It just came. It was supposed to come today, but it came late. And so the mail had already run. And so it'll be here tomorrow. So I got everything prepped. I'll be getting my sheets done tomorrow and all that, and getting that electric blanket on. So I look forward to that. And so I'll let you guys know about that. But I'll probably come back on later this week or the weekend, because I do plan to make the Christmas crack. I'm going to revisit that video again so that you guys can see how that's done. You might want to make that one. That's a good treat. Okay. Bye-bye, you guys. And may God bless you all.